So today we are going to understand first part of class 8 science chapter number 6, conservation of biodiversity. So as you can see there in top there is one heading, let the voice hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. So to increase your learning, to obtain guidance, what you have to do, you have to listen, you have to hear wisely, and you have to अंडरस्टैंड आपने समझने की कोशिश करनी पड़ेगी. Okay, fine, good. So in today's part we are going to understand about generally about what is biodiversity, what are the causes of laws of biodiversity. A large variety of plants, animals and microorganisms are present on the planet Earth. These are living natural resources. So the large variety of plants, animals, microorganisms, all these things, they are present on Earth, and these are the living natural resources. And in addition, there are other natural resources also. So when we talk about plants, animals, microorganisms, they are the living natural. But other than living, we have other natural sources also, like your air, water, land of soil, and sun's energy. Now these, when we talk about air, water, land of soil, or sun's energy, these are non-living natural resources. Okay, all living things depend on non-living natural resources, and there needs to be a balance between these two. तो जितना भी लिविंग थिंग्स हैं वो सब नॉन लिविंग नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज के ऊपर में डिपेंड करती है, और इसके लिए क्या चीज जरूरी है, दोनों के बीच में लिविंग थिंग्स और नॉन लिविंग नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज के बीच में बैलेंस होना जरूरी है. बट with increase in human population, the demand for natural resources has increased tremendously. There is thus a need for conservation of natural resources. So but what happened, day by day as our human population is increasing, so when population is increasing, the demand for consumption of natural resources is also increasing tremendously in a large amount, बड़ी संख्या में. So for this what we have to do, there is a need for conservation. तो कंजर्वेशन ऑफ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज, जो हमारे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज है उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है, कंजर्व करना है, बचाव करना है. ओके, फाइन. सो वी हैव सीन दैट व्हेन लिविंग थिंग्स एंड other natural resources, when they coexist, so there has to be a balance, and for that natural resources has to be conserved. So what does or what is meant by conservation? So conservation is the wise and judicious use of natural resources is called conservation. जब हम natural resources को बहुत ही wisely, कि उसको वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं, वाइसली जहां इस्तेमाल होनी है वहीं इस्तेमाल करते हैं और बहुत ही सही तरीके से यूज करते हैं, दैट टाइम जब उसका इस तरीके से यूज करते हैं उसको हम कंजर्वेशन बोलते हैं. सच अ यूज वुड एंश्योर दैट रिसोर्सेज आर अवेलेबल फॉर फ्यूचर generation as well. Overuse or wastage of resources must be avoided. So when we use the natural resources wisely and judicious, so that means we make sure हम ये चीज पक्की करते हैं कि जो हमारे रिसोर्सेज अभी हमारे लिए अवेलेबल है वो हमारे बाद आने वाले लोगों के लिए भी क्या होनी चाहिए, अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए. तो इसके लिए क्या करना है, जो उनका ओवर यूज है या उसका जो वेस्टेज है उसको हमें बिल्कुल पूरी तरीके से अवॉइड करना चाहिए. ओके, नाउ कंजर्वेशन इज ब्रॉडली एम्ड एट टू एस्पेक्ट्स. दो चीजें है जिसके ऊपर में कंजर्वेशन एम करता है. फर्स्ट इज टू एंश्योर अ कंटिन्यूअस अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ यूजफुल प्लांट्स, एनिमल्स एंड मटेरियल्स फॉर फ्यूचर जनरेशन. तो पहली चीज है कि जो यूजफुल प्लांट्स हैं या यूजफुल एनिमल्स हैं या यूजफुल मटेरियल्स हैं, उनका क्या है, उनका फ्यूचर जनरेशंस के लिए भी अवेलेबल होना जरूरी है। पहली चीज तो ये कंजर्वेशन की। दूसरा, टू प्रिजर्व द quality of our environment. So as we know that during this for last uh, 4 months, everywhere lockdown is there. Okay, so we have seen that what has happened, the quality of environment has improved a lot. Earlier, rivers which were having dirty water flowing in them because of industrial pollution, now they are clean. Air which was having so much pollution, now when such kind of movement is not there, vehicles are not there on the road, industries are not working, they're not open, so that air pollution is also not there. So we have to preserve the quality of our environment. तो हमें अपने environment की जो quality है उसको क्या करना है, preserve करके रखना है, कि जो हमारे बाद में आए उनको किसी भी प्रकार की परेशानी नहीं होने पाए. Okay, fine, good. Biodiversity. The term biological diversity or biodiversity refers to the variety of living organisms existing on the earth. So, as you have seen the chapter heading, conservation of biodiversity. What does this biodiversity mean? So, biodiversity, or in place of biodiversity, we can call biological diversity, is a term or is a word which refers, जो हमें बताता है, क्या चीज बताता है, a variety of living organisms that are existing, जो अर्थ के ऊपर में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, उन सभी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बारे में बताता है. So biodiversity includes all forms of life, plants, animals and microorganisms. So biodiversity में या biological diversity में क्या क्या चीजें आती हैं, what things come, there are plants, animals and microorganisms. Biodiversity is not distributed uniformly across the globe. So जो biodiversity है वो ग्लोब में या पूरे अर्थ में बराबर से डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है, यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. सो कुछ एरियाज में बायोडाइवर्सिटी बहुत ज्यादा है और कुछ एरियाज में है ही नहीं. एंड अमंग दिस, फॉरेस्ट आर द रीजन्स वेयर बायोडाइवर्सिटी इज मोर, और उनमें भी जो स्पेशली फॉरेस्ट आर द रीजन्स, फॉरेस्ट ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे बायोडाइवर्सिटी सबसे ज्यादा है. So we can see Antarctica, everywhere only ice is there. Sahara Desert, everywhere only sand is there. Now coming to tropical rainforest or Amazon or different forest regions. So in those places we will get plants also, we will get animals also, we will get microorganisms also. So there are areas where there is not such kind of things, and there are areas, there are places where we find these plants, animals and microorganisms in abundance. Okay, now when we have seen that our biodiversity has plants, animals, microorganisms, then it's in abundance, it's everywhere we can find them. Why do we have to conserve this, why do we have to conserve biodiversity? Plants and animals are important to each other, to human beings, as well as to the environment in which they live. तो प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स सिर्फ एक दूसरे के लिए ही नहीं, ना कि ह्यूमन बींग्स के लिए ही, बल्कि पूरे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए वो इम्पोर्टेंट है, वो इम्पोर्टेंस रखते हैं. ऑल द कंपोनेंट्स of our environment maintain a ecological balance. तो जो हमारा पूरा environment है वो एक type का ecological balance. Now you will be wondering what is this ecological balance? So ecological balance is a stable environment where a large number of different life forms, each affecting the other, live is known as ecological balance. तो एक ऐसा बैलेंस जहाँ पे जितने भी लाइफ फॉर्म्स हैं, जिसमें प्राण है, जिसमें जीवन है, लिविंग थिंग्स हैं, वो एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, वो रहते हैं और एक दूसरे को वो क्या करते हैं, प्रभावित करते हैं। तो एक ऐसा सिस्टम जो है उसको हम बोलते हैं इकोलॉजिकल बैलेंस। सो for this we can have some examples like forest, desert, soil, etc. Okay, so different organisms are dependent on each other directly or indirectly. जितने भी organisms हैं, चाहे वो plants हैं, animals हैं, microorganisms हैं, so they have to depend on each other directly or indirectly. Plants are source of food like your cereals, vegetables, fruits, pulses, food, nuts, oils, tea, etc. So all these, they are the sources of food like medicines, fodder, fibers, all these things. Then animals provide a number of products such as meat, fish, egg, milk, honey, ivory, and silk. So all these eatable things, useful things we get from plants and animals. So in this thing, when we get these things, we don't only have to get. Sometimes we have to protect them also. So biodiversity is also important in the following ways. It helps. Number one is helps to regulate climate and rainfall and wind. तो क्लाइमेट चेंज जो हो रहा है या रेनफॉल जो हो रहा है, जो हवा चल रही है, उसको रेगुलेट करने में, उसको संभालने में, उसको मॉनिटर करने के लिए भी बायोडाइवर्सिटी जरूरी है, उसको मेंटेन करने के लिए। प्यूरिफाइज एयर एंड वाटर, हवा को, पानी को शुद्ध करती है। हेल्प्स इन साइक्लिंग ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट्स, जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं उनकी साइक्लिंग, मतलब एक आया फिर दूसरा गया फिर तीसरा फिर चौथा, ये जो साइकिल है इसको चलने में, न्यूट्रिएंट्स की साइकिल्स को रोटेट होने में हेल्पफुल कर होता है। हेल्प्स टू preserve soil fertility. The soil fertility, previous chapters we have learned that we have understood that we have to make the soil more and more fertile. तो उसके लिए क्या चीज जरूरत है, नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, all those things. So if we have to preserve soil fertility, then we have to conserve biodiversity. Forms food chains and food webs. फूड चेन, फूड वेब्स, इनको भी मेंटेन करके रखती है, thereby maintaining a balance in the availability of food to all life forms. So here we can see इस ऐसे हम कह सकते हैं या देख सकते हैं कि किस प्रकार बायोडाइवर्सिटी हमारे लाइफ में जरूरी है, और इसके लिए हमें इसे क्या करना है, we have to conserve this. Okay, so when we have understood why we need to conserve biodiversity, question number one, answer in detail. Same question is that why do we need to conserve biodiversity? So answer is we need to conserve biodiversity because it helps in the following ways. Number one, helps to regulate climate, rainfall and wind. Then purify air and water. Number three, helps in cycling of nutrients. Point number four, helps to prevent soil fertility. Point number five, forms food chains and food webs, thereby maintaining a balance in the availability of food to all life forms. Okay. Now we will understand that what are the causes of loss of biodiversity, why we are losing, why we have to conserve it. If we have to conserve it, that means there are some loss, कहीं ना कहीं उसका नुकसान हो रहा है, कहीं ना कहीं वो खत्म हो रही है, इसीलिए हमें उसे कंजर्व करके रखना है. So some of the causes that threaten the existence of plants and animals on the earth are as follows. तो कुछ ऐसे causes हैं, कुछ ऐसे कारण हैं जिससे जो plants हैं, animals हैं, उनको अर्थ पे एग्जिस्ट करने में खतरा है. तो ऐसे ही कुछ हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज इंक्रीज इन ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन. So first of all, increase in human population, सबसे कि जो हमारी आबादी बढ़ रही है. This has led to a large scale cutting of trees, that is deforestation. Now we have seen that this increasing human population, but in SST you will understand, you will come to know that in the whole world, if you have equal distribution of people, then 45 people can live in 1 square kilometer. एक स्क्वायर किलोमीटर में 45 लोग रह सकते हैं पूरे वर्ल्ड में. और सिर्फ इंडिया की अगर बात करें तो इंडिया में 345 or 54 people can live. in 1 square kilometer. But how this population, increasing population is caused? Because there are certain areas where more and more population, more and more people are coming and staying there. Just for example, we can take our metropolitan cities: Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai. So all these are metropolitan cities. Okay, and people from all over India, they are coming for their employment, for their business purpose. They are coming and staying in these areas. So in that case, increasing human population in those areas is a cause. Then you can see your city areas also. You can ask your parents the area, the places where they are living. So in earlier days, no such thing was there. Means 10 years, 20 years back, most of 30 years back, they won't be facing such thing. But as day by day, we have more job opportunities in city, more educational facilities in city. So people from villages, they have migrated, they have come out from there and got themselves settled in cities. And to make themselves settled, what has to be done? They need to have a house, and for house, trees has to be cut it down. Okay, so not, we cannot say that human population, but the migration of human population is a major cause. Okay, then second one is industrialization and urbanization. And then the same thing what we I have told you in the previous thing, कि जो इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन मतलब एक जगह फैक्ट्री लगी और उसके आसपास सब लोग क्या हो गए, आकर के रहना शुरू कर गए. फिर उस इंडस्ट्री को बनाने के लिए, उस इंडस्ट्री तक पहुंचने के लिए, what we have to need, there has to be roads for people to stay, there needs to be homes. So the land cleared by deforestation is used for erecting industries, homes, roads, so that they can fulfill the needs of increasing population in that area. Okay, then third one is pollution of air, water and soil. अब जब ऐसी तादाद में लोग अगर के शहरों में रहेंगे तो क्या होगा? There will be excessive discharge of solid, liquid and gaseous waste from houses, fields and industries that cause pollution of soil, air and water. So इस वजह से भी this has led to loss of biodiversity. Okay, fine. So previously we have seen three causes. Now three more are there. Fourth one is overgrazing. We know that overgrazing, when more and more animals, people are turning over vegetarians. So there will be an increase in number of animals, and by that, what will happen? There will be increasing overgrazing. अब जैसे जैसे एनिमल्स की हम गोट्स, हैंस, ये सब खाना बंद कर दें, ओके, चिकन, नॉन वेज ये बंद कर दें, what will happen? Their numbers will keep on increasing, and in that case, they have to be fed. उनको खाना खाना है. So for that, more and more overgrazing will be there, and because of the overgrazing, we will lose our biodiversity. Then fifth one is habitat destruction. So due to deforestation, industrialization, construction of dams and natural disasters such as earthquakes, floods, cyclones, they take place. So a large number of habitat of living organisms have been destroyed. Earthquake आ जाता है तो at once या flood आ गया, बाढ़ आ गई. You can see the floods in right now happening in Assam or other places. Then drought, सूखा पड़ गया, या cyclone. Previously there in Gujarat, when Orissa. Okay, so we have seen that when such kind of things happen, we lose a good number of habitats of living organisms. So this is also a cause for loss of biodiversity. Then sixth one is hunting and killing of animals. So if animals are hunted or killed for the meat, skin, and other useful parts, then also there is a reduction in their number. So again, biodiversity is lost. Okay, hope this thing is clear to you. Fine. Answer in detail question number 2. What are the causes of loss of biodiversity? So your answer is causes of loss of biodiversity are number 1, increasing population, number 2, industrialization and urbanization, point number 3, overgrazing by animals, point number 4, habitat destruction, point number 5, pollution, and point number 6, hunting and killing of animals.